Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is about helping improve your relationship with diet and exercise to achieve success in your fitness journey. In today's podcast episode, we have a special guest, Mr. Emery Cannon. After graduating from the military, he gained 90 pounds. So he knew right then and there he had to get his life together. Emery, since then, has lost over 60 pounds after having heart issues from diabetes. Emery attributes his weight loss by implementing his old military workouts and healthy eating. Without further ado, Success Fitness family, please welcome Mr. Emery Cannon. Hey, how you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Trying to enjoy this weather. It has been rainy and cloudy here in Peoria, Illinois for the past couple of days. So today is the first day that it is sunny out and the weather is good. How's the weather where you're at?
Exact same. We're only a couple hours apart. So yeah.
Okay.
We're happy to have some good weather, rain all day yesterday and day before.
I got you. And where are you located again now?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. Cool beans. Yeah, not too far. Okay, Mr. St. Louis, Missouri, the show me state.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background and your story on how you started to, on your fitness journey.
Well, it actually started 6th, 7th grade, honestly. Grew up a plump kid. So, I always get made fun of and all that, but I held my own ground, I guess, going into school and all of that. But I always went to the track and kind of walked and ran up hills and stuff to try to keep myself in shape, kind of all through high school, same way. And then I went to the military right after. Well, honestly, right after the military, I said, I'd never work out again. Because, we do 12-mile road marches, you jump in helicopters, you just get tired of it, I think, and so, I took a few years off of actually just working out. And, I used to make fun of myself and be like, yeah, I'm gonna gain 500 pounds easily. Well, literally gain, I think I went from like 210 up to 309, I think is where I weighed in at when I thought I was having a heart attack. It's kind of a little bit of anxiety mixed with diabetes situation. So got up to about 309 pounds and kind of lost for words at that point. Nobody really said, hey, you're getting bigger, or, I was married at the time and like nobody said anything. Just like, yeah, keep going with it. So honestly, I went to one of the dietitians. One thing I want to do is give a big shout out to VA, because they really, really, really make you aware of a diabetic situation. And so they make you go to these classes, and I went to the dietary class and the diabetic class. And the diabetic class made you really, 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 really aware of the outcomes if you don't take care of diabetes. And the dietary class actually made you aware of how to eat more healthier. I've always been a vegetable fan and a meat fan, and obviously with diabetes comes potatoes and all the bad things. But I've never been a real sweets eater, but like potatoes, I love potatoes. Everybody loves fries and potatoes, and I was a huge fan of that. Along with the vegetables, don't get me wrong, I love salads, I love green beans, all that. But I ate more of the potatoes, potato chips.
Right. Midwest, meat and potatoes here in the Midwest, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And so honestly, I took advantage of not working out, and your body can only consume so much. I was at a point where I was eating like 2 triple cheeseburgers at McDonald's, and it was like nothing to me. Eating at Ruth Chris in the middle of the day, it's a huge steak. So it's like, I'm not aware that I'm getting bigger because I carry the weight well.
Right.
And so it's not healthy at the end of the day. And I felt like I was having heart attacks all the time. My heart rate was fast and sweating all the time. And I knew it was a problem. So I went to the doctor. I think I was at a point where my sugar level was like 500. And so I really didn't take it too seriously. So I went to see the diabetic nurses, and they give a class. They was telling you about all the things they have to do when you have diabetes, like amputations, and just it was a clear sight of something I didn't want. They walk you through. I was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at the time. They had a very thorough class. They showed pictures and everything. So it kind of scared me into like the life of getting back healthy. You know, being in the military, you get tired of people telling you what to do, what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. You know, so I thought I could handle it on my own, but in real life, yes, I can, but I need some control.
Right. I got you. With that being said, when you started your fitness journey, what was the biggest obstacle that you can say that was in your way for you obtaining your fitness goal? Like, you know, say you started off at 309 pounds. What was your goal weight, if you had anything, or did you know it's like, I just gotta just start moving? Let me just start moving first, and then, you know, let the chips fall where they may. And even in that progress or that process, what was like the biggest obstacle that you found that was in your way?
So honestly, the weight goal wasn't more of a goal as it was where I was comfortable at in the military. Was about 220. That's what I kind of stayed at. And that was kind of big for, you know, military standards. You know, at my height of 6'2", you know, you're supposed to be like 180. You know, so 220, I would always get taped, but I would fall into the, you know, right category with my neck and everything. So I wanted to get back closer to that weight. And my obstacle, if I want to be honest, was the love of food. I love the way a baked potato tastes. I like Rally's fries. I mean, I like Popeye's rice and beans and biscuits, and you know, so that's the obstacle of trying to manage what you want versus what you need.
Mm-hmm. Right. Just that, like you said, the overall, just the temptation of it's like, yeah, I know I need this. Yeah, I know I need this, but man, I want that. You know, I want this,
Correct.
You know, the new sandwich, the new chicken sandwich that's out, or the new loaded fries, you know, here, because like you said, you know, you potato lover. So it's like, however you can change or dress up a potato, it's the kryptonite. It's the kryptonite.
You know, it was nothing. It was nothing for me to eat 2 triple cheeseburgers. It was nothing for me to knock down a 12-inch sub in one sitting. You know, like I thought that was like, I need to eat this all, or you know, knock out half a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, which I don't eat anymore. But yeah, it was nothing for me to do that. Like, you know, we had a lot of vendors at my job drop off, you know, 12 boxes of Krispy Kreme, and I'll just take one for myself for the day.
Right. Like, this is a personal box, you know, y'all can deal with the rest.
yeah, this is my box. And so, you know, that I looked at that as that's a problem. And especially when I went to the dietary training with VA.
I got you. So you mentioned that they helped you. Now was there a I think you did mention a nutritionist, but in addition to that, did you have a personal trainer, or how did you mix the nutrition side with the actual, you know, physical and working out side? Did you have guidance all around, or was it just like, hey, I need to get this nutrition down first, and you know, either that place or within that place there was someone or a group of people to help you? Was that around there for you?
So where I wanted to start at and where I ended up at is like 2 different things. I wanted to start it with just at least moving my body, because you know, you going to work, and then I sold cars at the time, and so I would go to work. You know, you lounging around. I wanted to walk, and so not just walk a lot, but actually take a mental step to really walk. And so, like, I would walk the entire lunch, and so I would eat. The good thing about the VA is they taught me how to eat. There's nothing wrong with eating what you want. It's how much of it are you eating. And so And so I don't do a lot of dieting. I do more of food control. So in a real plate, you should have corners that has room to slide. So like if you got 2 pieces of chicken, you should get 2 pieces of chicken, not 4. I would eat 4 or 5 pieces of chicken.
I got you. I got
2
you.
pieces of chicken, or so of, a carbohydrate, as you say, and some vegetables, just, really food control. But I wanted to take this necessary steps of actually exercising first.
Right.
So that's where I started out at. And it wasn't like an everyday thing. It was like 3 times a day, mate. 3 times a week.
Okay.
Which was more than what I was doing before.
Okay.
It was more than, and you're talking about 2009. It was more than I was doing before.
I got you.
I was doing nothing. And so I went.
You went from doing nothing to just, hey, I'm going 3 days a week. I'm going full bore. So how was that first week, like getting back in, or was that just like that first week was just like walking, as you said? Was there actually like, going into a gym somewhere, or what was that? What did that look like for you?
No gym. I hadn't got that. Really just walking. Honestly, and it wasn't even hills. It was just regular walking.
Cool.
And then food control. Eating like 5 times a day, but 2 snacks and 3 meals. That's what they recommended, and nuts and really the basics that it would take. I actually lost the most weight I did off of just the dieting part of it, or the lifestyle difference of eating.
Amazing.
That's where I really lost the most weight.
I got you. So during that, I guess you would call it kind of like that nutritional lesson. What did you learn about like the food control? Like you mentioned, you used the keyword food control, portion control. What did that look like? Were you more calorie counting, or was it just mainly like just visual? Like you said, hey, I used to have 5 pieces of chicken. Now I'm going 3, or so. So how did that look like on like your plate?
It looked totally different on my plate. So it took some control there. But I found out that my body really took it well. Like it didn't want to eat what I was eating. When you eat so much that you get sleepy.
Right. The itis.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I was at, like on every meal. Like a Sonic breakfast burrito for breakfast, and a huge Italian lunch, or a big steak for lunch, and then dinner, whatever I can get, some wings or whatever, which I would, that's probably the best place to start, honestly, is on the plate, and then move from there.
I got you. So like you're talking about, Popeyes and biscuits, did you just like go full cold turkey? Like, okay, I'm going from fried chicken to just baked, and do I replace my let's just say your baked potato, did you replace that with, let's say, rice cauliflower or mashed cauliflower? How did that transformation look for you?
I never could really get into the cauliflower. I tried.
I got you.
I really couldn't get into it. But I did replace the fried chicken with roasted chicken, and I still do that to this day. Like it's a place here in St. Louis called Lee's Chicken, and I will go to maybe 2 or 3 of them, the roasted chicken. I love roasted chicken. They make it perfectly. It's probably, the calories are probably still terrible, but it's better than the fried chicken. So I always try to look for a way out of eating a bunch of calories with fried foods. That's always my first thing, or a salad or something. But I really watch my plate. Like I look at the plate. I still do that now. Like I look at the plate and like, that's a lot of food on that plate. I may eat, if it comes like that from a restaurant, I may eat the plate, but I'm not going to eat the entire plate. Like I'm definitely taking home food nowadays. Never took home food before then.
I got you.
We need to eat.
Yeah, but everything right now, I can't waste it. I ain't taking it home. No, I have to pay for it right now. This is what I want. Now, going from starting off walking. How did you get to a point to where you are posting every morning, even before I wake up at 5 o'clock? And for those who don't know, Emery is a major contributor to my Facebook group, Success Fitness Family. He's always the first one who posts his workout videos, and I love to see it first thing in the morning. And is really motivating because I'm like, man, let me get up. Let me do something, since I see it's like, okay, this is how we kicking the day off. You know what I mean? Right then and there. My alarm goes off at 5:15, 5:30 in the morning. And when I open my eyes, get through, washing my face and everything, I open my Facebook app and I see Emery already workout done. I'm like, goodness gracious. You know what I mean? Yeah. So how did you go from walking to doing the workouts that you are doing?
So honestly, it was a gradual, it was very slow steps to get there. I can remember back when I was still selling cars, but I was selling them here in St. Louis versus Nashville. And I got a gym membership to Planet Fitness. And I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. And I didn't have to be at work to 10. I was only going 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. Like I was thinking that was enough exercise, like just 3 times a week. And I was like, but then I started looking like, man, I'm spending $20 a month. And I started thinking about the money side of it. Like I really could, advance faster. And I was still gaining when I moved back here. I started gaining back weight. So mm-hmm. I got down when I lived in Houston, I got down to 210, really under what I was in the military. I got down to 210 pounds. Mm-hmm. And when I moved back here, I got up to 250.
Okay.
So I got all the way down to 210 and gained 40 pounds in St. Louis. The food is just that different.
I got you. Yep. The Midwest eating again. Mm-hmm.
And so I started eating more, but my place was the same, but the food is different. It's just different.
Yeah.
And so I honestly, I said, I got to go more to take off some of what I'm gaining. And so I was going like 4 times a week, and it wasn't enough. I was still I was maintaining a good 250. And that was disappointing to me considering I was at 210.
I got you.
So I say, I need to go more. But honestly, to be honest with you, at 210, I felt sick. Like I felt like I didn't feel right at 210.
I got you.
I know it's supposed to be 180, but I didn't feel right at 210. Mm-hmm. The weight I'm at now, it's usually I teeter around 235. I feel good at that weight.
Okay.
With it was no muscle in the 210. It was literally just losing. Trying to lose as much weight as possible.
Got you.
It was no muscle. I didn't do a sit-up at all, man.
I got you because you're so caught up in the losing weight. I made a matter of fact, a podcast and a blog post a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling the story about playing basketball. I used to play basketball a lot with my cousin, and it was one of the first times that we played basketball after I lost weight. When I had just dropped all the way down, and I just did cardio. I just did cardio when I was, losing weight. I just, dropped it fast, and I'm like, oh, okay. And man, he backed me down, you know what I mean? Did some post moves like a la Mark Jackson. And I'm like, what in the world just happened? And I'm like, nah, I cannot have that again, man. So I started double down on peanut butter, banana shakes and everything. I'm like, no, I gotta bulk up.
I love those.
Oh, it was cute. Yeah, it was cute to get down to that way, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna get pushed around. It really didn't have the muscle or the strength, and I didn't understand my body at that weight. Yeah. As a man, you don't want to be pushed around. You know what I mean? It's like I want a bit of strength, and I didn't realize how small I got. And you and I are about the same height. About 6'2", and to be 210. At that time, I think I was about 215, 220. You know what I mean? So I felt like, as soon as the wind blew, I could be out there with the leaves too, and then when you're out trying to be physical, moving around, and somebody moves you, you're like, nah. Yeah. So I get that, man. So when you did hit your weight loss goal, because, you had 2, what was the major lesson or lessons that you learned about yourself during that process?
One, whatever you put your mind to, you can do. I do a lot of YouTube and for positive thinking, and that really led me into it. I think my general manager at the time, he's like, he had a weight loss contest at work when I got down to the 210. So like whatever team I was on at the time, we lost the most weight because of me. He's like, Emery, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And I've applied that to life in general. Positive thinking gets you more than anything else in this world, And so I learned that if I needed to lose 40 pounds, I could lose 40 pounds. Mm-hmm. It's like getting up at 4 o'clock every morning. You have to be ready to do it.
Yeah.
And so I get up at 4 every morning, whether I go to the gym or not. There's no surprise if I go to the gym.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I honestly, I can tell you 3 days out of those 7 days of the week, I don't want to go to the gym.
Right.
I think about what would happen if I didn't.
Right.
Because once you get out of that program of doing it, and it's, for me at least, if I get out of that program of doing it, you don't know if you're going to be able to get back to it.
Man, you have never lied. I have a gym in my house, and I don't like going to the gym a lot of times, but I can honestly say when I open that app and I see you working out, it is motivation, because I still need motivation too, because it's like, I'll do that later. And I've done that before. And then next thing you know, a whole week goes by. You're like, wait a second. You know what I mean? And like you said, you can get it's easy to get out of the routine, and it's easy to get back into the routine. But the initial start, yes, it can be tough. And I'm saying that because there are people listening who may think that, if I stop, or being able to start back, it's going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But if you just create yourself a routine, some type of discipline, like you said, you wake up every day at 4 o'clock. And sometimes it's just a matter of doing that. Sometimes you may need to just get up earlier. You know what I mean? Whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes. There's a big difference if I don't do some type of, cardio in the morning compared to the days where I don't. If I don't, my day is just off. Like, I'll work out later on in the day, but if I don't get up, at least like walk on the treadmill or ride the bike, I don't get those endorphins. You know what I'm saying? De-scrambling the craziness in my brain. You know what I mean? Because you're like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing this. It's just those first 5 minutes are torture. Those first 5 minutes, you're like, I can just stop. I'm gonna just go 10. And then next thing you know, you might catch a good YouTube video while you're working out, or a good song come on, and like, okay, you get into the groove. It just takes some time. Nothing is going to be overnight. And just like you said, you got to apply yourself. You have to apply yourself. You have to apply your mind and say, you know what, I can do it. Even if it is, okay, come Monday, I'm going to just get up at 7 o'clock, whatever time it is. And even if it's a 10-minute stretch, it's still a start. And, I just don't want people to get discouraged to feel like they have to, on their first day into the gym or working out or diet, that they have to go full bore or 45 or 60 minutes. Just start building from 10 minutes. Just start building from 10 minutes. So let everybody know where they can connect with you at, if you have, social media, YouTube, or whatever.
Sure. You can catch me on Facebook, like always. I'll be there every morning. Emery Cannon, or Instagram. I think I'm The Real Inspiration 78. I just started a TikTok, Emery Cannon Inspire. Haven't really got that going yet, but it's about to get going on YouTube, Emery Cannon. But just to reach back to your point, it only takes one step. All you got to do is one step at a time, man. I truly believe that. I do that probably every morning. I just get it going.
Man, I'm proud of you.
Everything else will come after, man. You hit the nail on the head with that. Just start one step at a time.
All righty. You heard it from the man himself. And I hope you found inspiration in today's episode. This brings us to the end of another episode of the Success Fitness Podcast. This show is sponsored by My New E-Cookbook, what to meal prep for beginners at successfitnessstore.com. We are also sponsored by your donations via Cash App. Help this podcast grow. If you donate at Cash App handle $ChristianJEvans, please join me and Emery every morning on my Facebook group, Success Fitness Family, and the link will be in the description. So thank you for listening to the Success Fitness Podcast. I thank Mr. Emery Cannon for being this week's guest. And until the next episode, Success Fitness is the mindset. And remember, success is golden. #more weight. Peace out.